The text message came through at 0300 hours Kandahar time, while I was monitoring communications at Forward Operating Base Chapman. Sophia's better off without a war mother. I did what had to be done. She's with Ryan now. I stared at my phone, the words blurring as my hands shook. My mother, the woman who'd promised to care for my 3-year-old daughter while I served my country, had just confessed to giving her away. Sergeant Torres, you good? Specialist Williams noticed my face. I need to make a call, I managed, already pulling up my daughter's father's number. Ryan hadn't answered my calls in 2 weeks, but I'd assumed he was being his usual deadbeat self. Hello, a woman's voice. His new girlfriend. Put Ryan on. Now. Oh, Daniela. Ryan's not here, but guess what? We have Sophia now. Your mom signed over custody. Said you didn't want her anymore. Can you believe we're finally a real family? The phone slipped from my hand. Torres. Williams caught me as my knees buckled. What's wrong? My mother. She gave away my daughter. Within minutes, I was in Captain Rodriguez's office, explaining through barely controlled rage. My mother, Patricia Reeves, had been watching Sophia for the 8 months I'd been deployed. I'd sent money monthly, video called daily when possible, had everything legally arranged. She can't do that, Captain Rodriguez said firmly. You didn't give consent. Sophia is a military dependent. This is kidnapping. Ma'am, she forged my signature. Told everyone I abandoned Sophia. Get JAG on the line, she barked to her aide. Now, the Judge Advocate General's Corps, the military's legal branch, responded faster than I'd ever seen them move. Within an hour, I was on a secure video call with Major Jennifer Chun, a JAG officer stationed at Fort Bragg. Sergeant Torres, I need you to listen carefully, Major Chun said. What your mother did isn't just illegal, it's a federal crime. Kidnapping a military dependent, forgery, fraud, interference with custody. We're going to get your daughter back. Ma'am, I'm in Afghanistan. I can't. You don't need to be here. That's what we're for. I need every text, email, and document you have. Every communication with your mother about Sophia's care. I forwarded everything. 8 months of messages where my mother assured me Sophia was fine. Photos she'd sent of my daughter at the park, at preschool, smiling. Lies, all of it, while she planned this betrayal. When did she transfer custody? Major Chin asked. I checked Ryan's girlfriend's Instagram. She'd been documenting their new family obsessively. 2 weeks ago. She's been lying to me for 2 weeks. Perfect. Well within federal jurisdiction. Sergeant, I'm initiating emergency protocols. We'll have federal agents at your mother's door within hours. What about Sophia? We'll get her back. Your ex-boyfriend accepted a child under fraudulent circumstances. He's going to have some explaining to do. Captain Rodriguez put her hand on my shoulder. Torres, we're putting you on emergency leave. You'll be on a flight home within 24 hours. But my unit, we'll be fine. Your daughter needs you. That's an order. The next 24 hours were a blur. While I was being processed for emergency leave, Major Chen's team was working stateside. I got updates via secure message. 1,147 hours EST. Federal agents confirmed Patricia Reeves' location. 1,223 hours EST. Warrant issued for arrest, kidnapping, fraud, forgery. 1,456 hours EST. Ryan Mitchell served with emergency custody order. 1,623 hours EST. Patricia Reeves in federal custody. I was somewhere over the Atlantic when the video came through from Major Chin. My mother, in handcuffs, being led from her suburban Houston home. The neighbors were watching, phones out, recording everything. I did what was best for Sophia, she screamed at the cameras. Her mother abandoned her for war. I saved that baby. The federal agent's response was captured clearly. Ma'am, Sergeant Torres is serving her country. You kidnapped a military dependent. You have the right to remain silent. I watched it 6 times, feeling nothing but cold satisfaction. When I landed at Houston International, Major Chin herself was waiting with 2 federal agents. Sergeant Torres, she saluted. Your daughter is at CPS offices. She's safe. We'll take you there now. What about Ryan? In custody. Turns out accepting a child with forged documents is also illegal. His girlfriend is claiming ignorance, but considering she posted about finally getting rid of the war mom, she's facing charges too. The ride to CPS was the longest of my life. 3 years old. Sophia was only 3. Would she remember me? Had my mother poisoned her against me? Your mother told quite a story, Major Chin said quietly. Said you were mentally unstable, that war had changed you, that you begged her to take Sophia permanently. I have videos, I said. Daily calls where I read her bedtime stories. Recordings of her saying she missed me. We know. We have them too. Your mother didn't count on military surveillance protocols. Every call you made from base was recorded. When we arrived at CPS, a social worker met us at the door. She's been asking for you, she said gently. Kept saying her mommy was fighting bad guys far away. They led me to a playroom where Sophia sat at a tiny table coloring. She looked up as I entered, and her face transformed. "Mommy!" She flew into my arms, and I collapsed to my knees, holding her so tight I thought I might break. "Grandma said you weren't coming back, but I knew you would." "I knew it. I'll always come back, baby." I sobbed into her hair. "Always. Why did Grandma give me to Daddy? He doesn't even know my favorite color." "That was a mistake, sweetheart. A big mistake. But you're safe now." Major Chin gave us a moment before entering. "Sergeant Torres, we need to discuss next steps." With Sophia on my lap, refusing to let go, we went through the legal process. My mother was facing 15 to 20 years for kidnapping a military dependent. Ryan was looking at 5 to 10 for custodial interference and fraud. His girlfriend, Ashley, was charged as an accessory. "There's more," Major Chin said. "We found evidence your mother had been planning this for months. She'd been in contact with Ryan since you deployed, promising to fix the situation. She showed me printed emails. Don't worry, Ryan. Daniela chose war over her daughter. When the time is right, I'll make sure you get Sophia. A girl needs her father, not a mother who abandons her for combat." The betrayal cut deeper than any physical wound I'd risked overseas. That night, in a hotel room paid for by the Military Family Emergency Fund, I held Sophia as she slept. She'd insisted on wearing my army t-shirt as a nightgown, the hem dragging on the floor. My phone had hundreds of messages. Some from family members who believed my mother's lies, now backpedaling. Some from my unit in Afghanistan, offering support. One from Ryan's parents, apologizing for their son and asking if they could still see Sophia. I ignored them all except one, a text from Captain Rodriguez. "Your position here is secure. Take all the time you need. We take care of our own." The next morning, I met with the federal prosecutor assigned to the case. "Your mother is trying to claim she had Sophia's best interests at heart," he said. "That she was protecting her from an unstable war veteran." "I'm not unstable," I said firmly. "No, you're not. You're a decorated sergeant with commendations for leadership and valor. Your psychological evaluations are exemplary. Your monthly communications with your daughter are documented and consistent. Your mother, on the other hand, has a history we're uncovering. History? Fraud, mostly. She's been collecting your dependent benefits while telling you she didn't need money. She's been using Sophia's social security number for credit applications. This goes deeper than custody, Sergeant Torres. The trial was swift. Military justice doesn't play when it comes to their own. My mother tried to paint herself as a concerned grandmother, but the evidence was overwhelming. Forged custody documents with my signature. Text messages planning the deception. Bank records showing she'd stolen dependent benefits. Testimonies from neighbors about her saying I'd abandoned Sophia. Video calls proving I'd been in constant contact. The judge, a former military officer himself, was scathing in his verdict. "Mrs. Reeves, you didn't protect this child. You kidnapped her. You stole her from a mother serving our nation. You committed fraud against the United States military. You traumatized a 3-year-old who was waiting for her mother to come home from war. 20 years in federal prison." My mother screamed that I destroyed our family, that I was choosing the military over blood, that Sophia would hate me one day. The judge's response: "Sergeant Torres chose to serve her country while ensuring her daughter was cared for. You chose to commit federal crimes." Court dismissed. Ryan got 8 years. His girlfriend got 3. Both were ordered to pay restitution for the emotional trauma caused to Sophia. The military moved fast after that. Emergency family housing on base. Expedited childcare. A new deployment schedule that kept me stateside while Sophia recovered from the trauma. They even assigned us a family counselor who specialized in military custody issues. "The Army failed you," Colonel Mitchell, the base commander, told me personally. "Your mother used your service against you. That will never happen again." 6 months later, I stood in formation as they pinned the bronze star on my uniform. Sophia, now 4, sat in the front row wearing a tiny uniform costume, saluting with the wrong hand, but with all the pride in the world. "For exceptional service in Afghanistan and extraordinary courage in protecting military family integrity," the citation read. But I knew the real medal was the little girl calling, "That's my mommy," from the crowd. My mother writes from federal prison sometimes. Letters full of justification and blame. I don't read them. Ryan's parents, after apologizing profusely and proving they'd had no knowledge of the scheme, get supervised visits once a month. They're good to Sophia, and she deserves family who actually love her. Patricia Reeves thought being a war mother made me less than. She thought sacrifice meant abandonment. She thought serving my country meant I couldn't serve my daughter. She was wrong. I served both. I protected both. And when someone tried to take my daughter using my service as a weapon against me, I learned that the United States military doesn't just fight enemies overseas. Sometimes, the enemy is the grandmother who smiles in photos while planning betrayal. Sometimes, the battle is in a courtroom instead of a combat zone. Sometimes, the most important mission is getting home to hold your baby. I'm still serving, still fighting. But now Sophia knows that mommy doesn't just fight bad guys far away. Sometimes, mommy fights the bad guys who try to take her away from the people she loves most. And mommy always wins.